Hey everybody, happy Friday. It is February 6th, 2026. Thank you, God, for another day of life. Thanks, God, for waking us up this morning, giving breath in our lungs. The glory is to God. Um, Amen. So, today was pretty rough, no lie. In the red today. Honestly, just making careless mistakes, impulsive decisions rather than following the system. It's all good. We're going to get it. Yeah, so let's review the trades for the day. I have some trades. I didn't do a review yesterday, so I want to review the trades from yesterday as well. Um, let's get it. So SMX, this was today. Um, I entered twice in the middle of a candle forming. So system, this was a breakout that I didn't catch the pullback on. So this was a breakout, no signal. No. Why? Well, I got impulsive and I didn't have the patience to wait for the signal candle to form. What's the solution? The solution here is to be patient after the breakout and let the other traders do the fighting for us. Only get in once the 5-minute signal has formed. That caused me to lose $132. Literally got in the middle. So these are better signal candles right here. This would have been a much better spot to get in. Um, it's just keeping your eyes on the thing. I noticed that I was also distracted by futures. So that caused me to, instead of focusing all my attention on the momentum, I, missed some trades and felt FOMO. So on the 1 minute, what that pullback looks like is we'll get that move up on high volume, and then we see dojis on the pullback, which is what we like. These low volume dojis on the pullback, high volume up, pull back to the 21 EMA right here. On that's a long tail doji textbook, really. So we'll have indecision doji followed by hammer doji on decreasing volume. How do we lose $110? This was today as well. I was liquidity here. So we did have we had the breakout right here in increasing volume. We had the doji indecision. Then we had a hammer doji that was formed nicely. Put the stop right here. It quickly grabbed the stops and then took them down for a ride. So I would say this was system. This was a this was a pullback. We had the signal. I'm wondering if there's anything I could have noticed. I mean, we did have some. We had long tails over here. That could have given me a sign that, hey, like this stock is highly manipulated right here, went down right here. So I need to be more cautious. So this was system, yes, but so I waited for the signal candle Hold up, I'm gonna pause this real quick. And we're back. So today, just got what I learned today. Wait for the 5 minute signal candle to finish forming before getting in. I know this. This is just essential stuff. All right, guys, we're doing our pre-market scanning right now. I'm going to remind us for the rules of the day. Only get in on an entry signal after a pullback to the 9 EMA 21 with a signal candle clear. I'm going to be trading risk reward, so looking at ranges. Essential stuff. Another thing that I learned today was um, heavy market manipulation does occur. Look for signs like long upper wicks. And in the moment you can like kind of see the movement of how it's playing out. Like you see that it goes up, it goes down, it's very volatile. So in the moment, pay attention to the flow of orders. Um, yeah, so if not, I will be liquidity and it'll get sent straight down. So I waited, this was system, I waited for the signal candle, but I ended up being liquidity. Next, how to lose $38 today. I got in the middle of the signal candle before it finished forming. So this was a pullback, no signal. Nope. Why? Got impulsive. Wanted to get a trade in. This whole move up, you missed it. This had beautiful pullbacks. Low volume pullback right here. Pull back off the EMA, pull back off the EMA. And we had very drastic decreasing volume right here. Pull back, decreasing volume. So missed the whole move and got FOMO. So I did get FOMO, not catching some moves, which made me impulsive to enter trades without waiting for the 5 minute pullback. Next, how do we lose $17? Got in at the very top of the breakout after a very extended move up and then got out. Yeah, so this was not system. I got FOMO, chased the breakout, got in literally at the top. This is the most rookie mistake I commit. And like, look at this extended, like a move. It was very overextended when we see such high volume at the end. So Al Brooks' principle here, seeing very high volume at the end of the move, it was overextended. So this was a breakout, no pullback, chasing. No, I didn't follow the rule today. The rule today is I'll tag it. I think I was talking in the beginning, setting all the rules, and then rules went out the window. Classic. But we're getting better. We're doing this review, even in spite of not feeling like doing it, not wanting to correct the mistakes and look at behaviors plainly for what they are, but it's got to be done. So here, got in the middle of a breakout. Did I wait for the pullback? No, missed the move. Got in the middle of the move, didn't wait for the signal, and just got lucky. So system, nope. Why or why not? Missed the breakout, got FOMO. What are we gonna change? Hold up, I'm gonna pause this real quick. And we're back. Hold up. Yeah, we're back. So how do I make $19? I had no system on this. Nope. Why or why not? Got FOMO, chased the breakout, got lucky honestly to get in the middle. Didn't wait for a pullback or a signal. Just got in the middle on the 1 minute. Didn't wait for a pullback on the 1 minute. So what in the future, what I can change is if I want to get in on a fast moving stock, I can, make an exception to get in on the 1 minute pullback, but that has to be super crisp. As in like doji, very low and decreasing volume. Confluence at the 921 EMA. Um Next, how to lose $21. Well, this was a pullback on decreasing volume, pullback to the 9, pullback to the 9. I mean, I was hoping for a momentum move up, but that never happened. So this was no system. This was a pullback, no signal. Um, just super amount of resistance overhead. Very, very long wick over here. I mean, that should be for me. It's like in the future, if I see such that long wick, I need to put extra importance that I'm not trading that. Super, super long wick of resistance overhead, showing that people got stopped. Another one, people got stopped. A lot of stop hunting and manipulation going on, aka stay away. I'm gonna add that to my learn today. So when I see super long wicks, um, it means there's a lot of manipulation going on, aka stay away. How do I lose 57? CCCH, just terrible price action, honestly. Um, we had it converging right here, and I thought it was going to break out after pullback, but I got in right before squeeze to the downside. So my thinking was good. I had the signal on the 5 minute, but volume wasn't there. I think I was missing volume. So yes, this was system. It was a pullback. It was a pullback with a signal. As you can see, pullback. Actually, we're in a range, but it is a pullback. Got signal. But at this point, I wouldn't consider this. Um, this was this was just a range. This was I was trading the range, trying to predict the breakout. But I'll change instead. Wait for the actual breakout to happen. Because actually, a breakout actually occurred right after, and I got on. Oh yeah, I got in at the very low. So it went in and just took me for a ride. lost $29. We had a pullback, decreasing volume. Didn't wait for the signal candle to form. Had a huge overhanging wick. So this was an impulse move. No, it was not. I had a pullback, no signal. I got impulsive and tried to force a trade without the signal candle finish forming. I noticed that I do that a lot. I like to jump the gun and get impatient with this pullback candle forming. This was a very deep pullback. Got in right here thinking it was going to hold 921 and quickly jumped down because I didn't wait for a clear signal candle on the 5-minute. So what I need to change here, wait for the 5-minute signal candle to form. This is science. Deep pullback, got in at the breakout, chasing breakout. Nope. Are not forcing trades, getting in at the top of breakouts. That's how you lose $8. So we see this forming. We think that's the squeeze. Even if it is, took me down for a ride immediately after. Got on, pull back, got in, pull back. I mean, we did have a signal. I didn't wait for it to form and then quickly grab stops. So just a lot of resistance overhead. A lot of resistance overhead. Yeah, that's what happens. People got dragged in the stop. So this was momentum, breakout, no signal. Getting at the top of breakouts due to FOMO and wanting to force trades. Next, I lost $117. When was this? This was yesterday. I was liquidity here. There was a big move up, huge jump up. That was a nice pullback. Could have got in on with the stop right there. Went up, went up. This was this was a much better trade right here. This was also just crazy. Yeah, I mean, we had decreasing volume. Entry should have been right here. But actually, I got in the middle of the breakout, chasing the trade. So strategy, none. Reason for entry, FOMO, chasing the trade. Again, this is a breakout, no signal. Lost 628. This was I had 2 back-to-back losses. So we had a big move up here. I completely missed the fact that these long upper wicks, like I'm thinking that it's going to be different this time when I see these long upper wicks. It's not. Look at that. There's liquidity. FOMO, impulse. What I miss? I miss here clear signs of liquidity grabbing from earlier on the 5-minute. And if we look down at the 1-minute, I can guarantee you. Look at all those long upper wicks. Look at those. Upper wick, upper wick. I mean, there's liquidity here. And that's, my friends, how I became liquidity. Momentum, breakout, no signal. We had a breakout, pullback, breakout. There was no strategy here. This was literally just an impulse. This was a breakout, and then we had a pullback, but we never got a signal candle. Then right after, revenge traded. So I got in at the very top and then got out. Yeah, so here I was liquidity as well. Got in at the very top here, wrote it down, didn't respect my stop loss. So the strategy was none. I was chasing the breakout due to FOMO and actually a bit of revenge trading. So this was breakout, no signal. This was also revenge trading. Um, didn't respect the stop loss either. Okay, so all in all, chasing the breakout. What I miss? Nothing. I missed not having a signal candle. I missed discipline and patience. And we're back. So yeah, so what I learned today, wait for the 5 minute signal candle to finish forming before getting in. Heavy market manipulation definitely still occurs, looking for signs like long upper wicks. And in the moment, we want to take the trade, but if we've got those long upper wicks, you got to remind yourself, do not take it. Stay away from those kinds of stocks and just know that if, let's say I do get in a trade and they have a history of that manipulation, if it doesn't work immediately, you need to get out. And I've been trying to predict the squeeze a lot. Like I'm trying to get in and be like the first one in, but most of the time I'm not, and it ends up going in the other direction. So how about we just wait for the breakout, pull back on the 1 minute, and then get in. So the rule that I need to reinforce today: be patient and wait for a 5 minute signal setup. Okay? Be patient and wait for the 5 minute signal setup. Be patient and wait for the 5 minute. That's the rule. That's what makes money. So, um, how did I feel before the trades today? The reason I didn't is because I'm getting impulsive, trying to force trades. FOMO. All in all, just focusing too much on the outcome rather than on the system. Learned a lot today. Big time is just stop trying to predict the squeeze. About let the breakout happen, get in on a pullback. Oh, we can discuss futures. Let's see. So futures, learning the order block and liquidity strategy. Um, let's see if y'all can see. I don't know why y'all. There you go. Okay, so this is the chart of micro Nasdaq. Um, this is the 15-minute chart. So as you can see here, we had structure right here, clear downtrend, and then we had here a break of structure. So instead of coming down, it went out and sought out liquidity. And we always ask ourselves, okay, we need to identify the order block. Once we see that break of structure happen, the order block is pretty much the last red candle, the last red candle before it took off. So right here would be an order block, all right here. What we know is that they'll go up, and then we had another break of structure right here because we had a range right here form. And then it broke that structure right here and grabbed some liquidity. So we see that we have a break of structure, right? Right here on the 5 minute, you can see it broke structure right there. We have break of structure, pull back to the order block identified, then we had to move up. So if you had taken a trade right here, you would have been good. So it created order block, so we see that it broke structure. Okay, grab liquidity. Then we can expect that it's going to come down and reach the order block again, which it did. and then go take off. So this right here is an entry with a stop loss just below here, looking for 3-to-1 risk reward. That's in theory what we're looking for on futures.